let's get this podcast going.
That's really a good way to get things going.
Hey everyone, welcome to the horror show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm so scared.
That's Susie Fuego, and I'm Jaime Fuego.
We are here to do our Texas Frightmare wrap-up video podcast / audio podcast because I can't be bothered to create new content for you podcast fuckers. That's a joke. That's a joke.
He's not joking.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke. I'm just really drunk.
Every joke is half the truth.
Guys, it's a joke. I'm just kind of drunk, so it might sound real, but I'm actually joking.
So for that sheer fact, I'm not gonna hide that I'm drinking my spiked seltzer.
No. I think we've given that. I think that boat has sailed. Ship.
Everybody knows.
If y'all never wanted to see a dude punch a woman, turn away now.
First off, we have to give the biggest amount of credit to Madam Susie Fuego for dealing with the both of us over the course of this weekend.
Oh, is that what we're doing? We're giving credit to her? Say what? Okay.
I'm the wrong person.
Even if she was the purveyor of the most burps you will ever hear.
Oh, that's fucking for sure.
Oh, Mr.
Are you talking about me?
You already stopped that. Honey, I've got kids. The sound of it.
Everybody's
Right.
So that was shit
Let's do
nonsense for about a minute or so.
Let's do this. So,
Yeah,
guys, we are here to talk about the Texas Frightmare Weekend from 2019. This is our wrap-up podcast / video
So
podcast.
suddenly serious, my God.
Hey, that's professionalism.
I suppose.
So,
how we roll.
yeah, we are
Yeah,
here
that's how we
to
roll.
kind of go over what
You
we've
see me
done.
rolling into my baby.
So here's the thing: we may end up doing a bit of a touchstone on this later with Jay from Bloodbath and Beyond. But as of right now, we
Yeah.
wanted to do a episode of us talking about our experience at Texas Frightmare Weekends.
Because we're really fun right now.
And because we had never been to Texas Frightmare before. And
All of
lots
those things.
People, yeah. And
All of
honestly,
those
lots
things.
of contemporaries within the horror community had boasted to us, they're like, dude, this is like one of the biggest, most premier, amazing, so on and so forth. The guest list reflected.
The guest list was good. The guest list was on par
The
with
rest
Mad
of
Moms.
us was great.
Fuck up! You didn't have to point it out.
It was
The
honestly,
guest list was great. It was fantastic. Oh shit.
It was really the venue. It was really the venue in a lot of ways that I felt like caused problems for both the event and ourselves, and that is not to talk smack.
Dude,
about,
it was a good.
about them.
Listen, straight up, it was a good event, but it was a very, 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 very cramped event.
Condensed. Yeah.
Very cramped.
I did not.
I felt like the aisles were half the size of Mad Monster and probably a third of the size of Scarefest.
Okay. Well, absolutely.
Well, Scarefest, as far as like size and capacity and just spread outness, that gets my vote for.
Scarefest takes it.
Yeah.
Scarefest takes it as far as attendee comfort. Would
Yes.
you say that's fair?
Yes. And so we were talking about this earlier. As far as Scarefest goes in Kentucky, every day there's panels and there's certain people that you want to see, and so at the
That
other
don't collapse on
conventions-
stage?
Huh?
Nothing.
Wow.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
Wow. Yeah.
But no.
Anyway.
So sometimes
Sure.
Every day
Why
there's a different panel. Mom hearing, don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like, I'll
yeah.
tune that shit
She's
out.
tuned
I
that
will-
shit out.
I will
This
keep
motherfucker-
talking.
I don't even hear this long-haired motherfucker next to me. Go ahead.
So there's panels every day.
Mhm.
There may not be something you want to see one day and see another day. So at the smaller conventions, and I say smaller only because we have been to Scarefest in Kentucky.
Yes.
Nothing compares to that.
Nothing compares to that size-wise.
Scale.
So
Scale-wise, yeah.
literally Scarefest every single day, you could fit. There's so many vendors and there's
You
so
could
many
walk
people
through
there.
Scarefest and not worry about only seeing the same things that you've seen every other day at
Exactly.
Scarefest.
Exactly. Like there's so many people. It's huge. It's like in this big old industrial like.
Every
building.
aisle is like 3 times the size of a normal convention aisle.
And it has
And it was
three
awesome.
sides.
It
of
made
people.
such a difference.
But every vendor too there was worth it. It was
Yep.
very interesting. So as far as that goes, I went in. Obviously, everyone's like, Texas Frightmare is like the biggest convention, and
You heard a lot of that going
a lot of it. It's amazing, blah blah. And I'm not saying that it isn't by any means. It was a good convention.
It absolutely is for those people that experienced it, but I think those people have not experienced
other
conventions.
Ones.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's we are basing that on our experience because when I
Mad
walked
Monster.
in, exactly, I went and
Mad Monster for the win.
going in. When I'm not just being biased, like you know how I feel. Like I said, Scarefest is hands down best, but comparing the two between Mad Monster and Texas Frightmare, I really didn't see a difference. North Carolina Mad Monster is massive.
Yeah.
It's bigger than this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is bigger.
Mad Monster Charlotte is bigger than Texas Frightmare, yes.
But
I would agree with
Arizona
that.
is not as big as Texas Frightmare.
Correct. I would agree with that too.
So, but...
But Arizona was much more orderly than I think Texas
Exactly.
Frightmare was.
Yes. You know, you only have 13 celebrities at Mad Monster, but it is extremely worth it. You get that experience of speaking to celebrities one-on-one, that intimacy.
More extensive discussions with them.
Yeah, you get that intimacy with them, and then the vendors there, they're always spot on with your interests.
The vendors are dope. I mean,
Yeah.
we always interview vendors at Mad Monster. There's always a new one that we haven't talked to yet. And there were actually a couple of vendors here at Texas Frightmare that we were trying to convince to come to Mad Monster because their stuff is so good. Nightmare Creations?
Nightmare Creations.
Yeah.
Nightmare Creations, yeah. One of the ones that absolutely needs to make their way to Mad Monster, Arizona.
A far journey for him, unfortunately.
But
like
I guarantee they'd sell the hell
balls,
out.
I mean, those
I'll bet you that Power Glove would sell at Mad Monster,
I was
Arizona.
actually
absolutely destroy, man.
Yeah.
No, I was actually speaking to his wife, and I told him about the Mad Monster North Carolina.
Yeah.
So now they are heavily considering doing North Carolina because they're the
think
Midnight
Carolina
Creations.
makes
They're
more
from
sense.
New York.
It's a good starting place.
They
Makes
drove
more sense.
all the way from New York,
24
hours, New York to Texas, with all of their wares and
Could
everything
you imagine
that they
another
fucking
15
had.
hours to get to Arizona?
No.
I'm like, my God, that's
Like-
So,
not
all right,
happening.
let's rein it in a little bit. Let's try and refocus.
How about we jump like day to day?
Yeah, that's what I was
That would be
thinking
better.
is a good idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of break down this Texas Frightmare Weekend day by day. So we actually arrived on Thursday. And we kind of got settled in and everything. And we reached out and we actually spoke with Jay Bond and Trav from Blood Bath & Beyond.
You were also wise enough to say, let's go get the passes.
Yeah, let's go get the
Care of
passes on
first night.
Thursday so we don't have to line up
Because
for
we
3
saw-
hours
Well,
on
because that's what they
Friday.
were saying at the
God,
convention.
we
I
saw
was like, guys, let's go. Let's do this shit. And so we were able to get to, and I'm so glad we did. Because those lines.
Yeah, amen. They were insane.
They were
Absolutely
really
bonkers, especially with Saturday being sold out for the event. And I still had so many people, countless times over the course of the weekend, that I overheard just random fans discussing. They're like, I've been coming to this convention for like 6 years, and this is like the most people I've ever seen.
Well, they said it was the first time they sold out Saturday.
Yeah.
Right?
I heard so many people say that it was like the biggest crowd they'd ever encountered.
It was
And
nuts.
it was
This
crazy.
this was straight up San Diego Comic-Con Saturday status. Like
Okay,
it was.
well, since I haven't been, I can't compare.
Allow me to say yes. It was actually maybe not quite as bad because Saturday at San Diego Comic Con is absolutely you cannot move further than 30 centimeters at a time. You can't. This one by Sunday you could move around a little bit, but
Kinda.
Friday night and Saturday it was not easy to do.
But you
It
know-
was a packed convention.
The one thing I did appreciate, because I'm that type of person, I can strike up a conversation with anyone.
Of course you can.
I can.
That's why-
And
Yeah.
so,
why I
guys,
love
the
you
one
so much.
thing I was talking to people who have been coming here for 10 years, 15 years, and it's a ritual for them because they have that family like we do with Mad Monster.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I really
We love
appreciated
Mad
that.
Monster.
It's bringing, we might not be able to appreciate it as much because it's our first time going, but it's a really awesome, like, family-ish, like, vibe. You know
If
what I
you're
mean?
in
Everything.
Texas and you've never been to a horror convention before, this is an absolutely
yes.
fantastic
It's
option
insane
for you.
if you
yeah.
haven't been to this yet.
It's a good one.
The
It's a really
cosplays alone, we got to see a ton of cosplays. So
Yes.
let's break it down like
Really
Fuego
good
said, day by day. So
Yeah.
so the first day Saturday we showed up and we got our tickets.
Friday.
Nothing. No, we didn't
Thir-
get them Thursday. We got our tickets
Thir-
Thursday.
You said
I know you
Saturday.
said Saturday, though. So.
Jesus Christ, really?
Yeah, that's what we're like.
Shit. Wow.
So Thursday
The
we
vodka
showed up.
works.
So Thursday we
So
showed up.
Thursday we showed up and we went to get our passes on Thursday.
Yes.
that was also the day that I lost my jacket. Because I showed up and...
Okay. How about a moment of silence for...
my burgundy jacket.
Like...
No, it's... Listen.
It's
for you guys to know why it bums me out is because it's the last thing that both Tetra and Lewis laid on in their last day of their life on the channel.
And we cannot feel the life of it. We were
We
scrambling.
There's nowhere.
Where
we
did we
can't
take
feel
it?
that
Where did we
void.
take it
We're
off?
trying to
The
But we're
Texas Frightmare people didn't have a lost and found that had it, and
we
the
were trying
hotel
so
didn't
hard
have
to
a lost
figure
and
out,
found
like-
that had it. I've literally had that jacket for 6 years, and it was Lewis and Tetra's favorite item of clothing to lay on. So it was something I was trying to hang on to, but I've officially lost it. Apparently, it really sucks. It really,
in some
really
ways, it's
sucks.
a pivotal passing of like the saying goodbye to them.
It is. It's
sucks.
like it's the last
Because,
piece of
yeah,
them.
no,
It's
honestly,
the last piece of them that I had,
We were sitting
and I didn't have a choice
scrambling.
but to let
Okay,
it go.
where did you
so.
have it last? Like,
Yeah.
where did we put it down?
It
Like,
sucks.
we were really trying to figure it out.
We tried. Yeah.
But I will say that was the last negative thing about the weekend. The rest of the weekend was really fun. I got to debut a brand new cosplay on Saturday.
That's
And
true.
so we'll get into that.
And everybody loved it.
The response was really great. The
It's
response
always
was
funny when I'm walking around with Cecil and he's got a way cooler cosplay than me, and I'm just like rocking my old like fucking
Two-Face.
just going back to the fucking well, man. And they're like, "Oh, yours is cool."
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's
just
cool.
now.
Like, cause again, like, you know, me being me and like him getting all that, and it's like, yeah, like, oh, this is
so
card.
He's a
cosplayed.
card,
I
yeah.
cosplayed as
There are
Sweet.
way more Twisted Metal fans than I realized.
Yeah.
Dude, and they're like,
Because
I
I
love
wasn't-
Twisted Metal. They're
Because
like
I wasn't a
fervent
PlayStation owner.
fans.
Yeah.
I've never owned anything Sony in my entire life.
Wow, that's
Well, the
like,
lady that was there promoting Cherokee Hill, she had her Chucky. She took a picture with me as Sweet Tooth outside the con. So a lot of people were like, Sweet Tooth, yeah. Honestly, I had more people walking by me going, Sweet Tooth, that's badass.
Yeah.
Rather than being like,
Yeah,
Sweet
yeah.
Tooth, let me take a picture. That was fine with me. I was like, yeah.
that
Like,
people like appreciate
dude,
it.
the
Just
Sweet Tooth
like
cosplay. Shout out to
recognition.
Mike
Yeah,
Seifert,
yeah.
who absolutely, it took him
Killed
6
it.
months,
Yeah.
but he
He
nailed the
fucking-
cosplay.
Yeah,
He
I
nailed the
love
cosplay.
Seifert. Seifert, I love you, bro. What's up?
Yeah.
man?
Mike Seifert nailed it, and I
Yes,
was
you
able
did.
to pull off a Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. And honestly, I think it's gonna even do better at Phoenix Comic Con.
It's gonna do way better at that.
Way
That's
better.
why-
This
Phoenix
is a
Comic
really
Con.
good
Because, like,
like
not-
test run.
It was.
Not every horror person plays video games, but
A lot of non-horror people play
Comic-Con
PlayStation.
people
Yeah.
play video games, man.
I guarantee Sweet Tooth is gonna go crazy at Phoenix Comic Con.
It's gonna
for sure.
fucking
So-
crush.
But it
That's why-
did really well at this one, so I was very happy because Mike, I mean, it took him a bit to get it done, but honestly, the end product was so good
It was.
that I was absolutely ecstatic to have it to debut at Texas Frightmare.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay, so going back to it, Friday night.
Oh, how about Friday night?
Going
Let's talk about Friday
It was
night.
so busy. It was super busy. It was super awesome.
Friday night
And-
was, I think it was open from 5 until 11 p.m.,
And
not 10.
that's when
Which
we
some of the
were.
vendors talked about. They were like, oh,
We
11.
met Jay and Trav. from
Jay and
Blood-
Trav from Bloodbath and Beyond,
That's
whom I've
interesting.
actually known and been messaging with Trey. Jesus Christ.
It's all.
That's a
It,
combination.
I combined
That's
them.
Trey
That's a
now. You're
combination of
Trey.
names.
Jay and Trav. You
So
are Trey now.
exactly.
Like.
So I've been speaking with Jay for over 5 years on the channel, and I reminded
About
him.
the same time.
I reminded him when we were drinking one night.
He's
I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, dude, we've been talking for over 5 years. He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, dude, you were telling us how our thumbnails needed work, and he's like, that's right. Like he was like, oh yeah. It was really awesome hanging out with those guys. So we got to sort of do the YouTube back and forth, like what's this like, what's that like, all
Yeah.
that stuff. But it was so much fun.
Oh, and we had some like
Yeah.
very diverse discussion about everything
Had
from
my
the
phone
killer
on the
flicks
table.
culture
Oh,
to
yeah. Okay, well, we can get into that.
I mean, like talking about a few of our contemporays like Cody Leach,
Cody
and,
Leach, Lee
Drum
McCoy,
Jones
who
and
wears
stuff.
shirts of himself to rock concerts.
We love you, Lee. He's never gonna watch this, so it's
Lee,
Yeah.
are you feeling-
Shots
Are you
fired.
feeling a little cold, Lee? I'm throwing shade your way. Are you feeling a little cold? I'm gonna
Alright,
make
take
that
it up
stick. I'm gonna make that fucking saying stick.
Take
Just
it up
watch.
with me, man. I'd love to argue with you.
No, honestly, it was a lot of
It was
fun.
great,
So,
yeah. It was awesome.
day one for you, Fuego. Anything specific outside of noticing how long Joe Bob Briggs's line was?
Yeah, which was a bummer for me, but I was so glad that I got, even though to the detriment of my showrunner, he was just like, there's no reception. What the fuck? You're running in Joe Bob's panel, and it was like.
I just wish I had known because I'm trying to plan out the day, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do corpse paint, and you can go get signatures." And then I was like, "Oh, yeah." He was like, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna do the Joe Bob Briggs." It's okay. It worked out because honestly, the only people that were open were the Freddy Claw and the Lamar Sean
panel was so good, man, and we can talk about
even though it was 30 minutes. All right, well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him live.
So day one for you, Fuego. Friday night standouts for you.
Friday night was it was definitely interesting in the fact that we just got acquainted properly, and it's just they felt like friends we'd known for a long time.
The Bloodbath and Beyond peeps.
Yeah, exactly. Bloodbath and Beyond peeps. You know, Trav and Jay. It was one of those situations where when you meet somebody and you're just like, have I known you my whole life?
Yeah,
you know, some sort of silliness of that sort. And that's
well, they
legit.
know our plight, you know, as YouTubers and stuff. It's really fun.
But yeah, it was very it was just very much like, have I been here before? What is going on? And we drank and we were silly and everything was fun and so
fucking every night. I swear to God, Jay's like he only
Jay
chooses.
Was all about partying.
He only chooses conventions that he can go and get hammered at this point, which is fine. He has his priorities straight. He realized a long time ago that it's not worth it for him to bring along cameras and try and do Bloodbath and Beyond coverage.
Oh,
meanwhile, we fucking still do that shit.
Now that actually makes so much more sense about the fact that he's like, yeah, I'm not going to even apply for press. I don't want
he doesn't care.
I don't want to look professional.
He just goes to have fun. He just goes to have fun. Meanwhile, us, we're like, okay, let's get in there. Let's make ourselves a part of the convention. Although we didn't get to, but Jason had more on his mind. He got himself fianced.
Yes.
Fianced.
Which was really awesome.
One of the people that, like I said, I can go outside and talk to anyone. I went outside. I struck up this conversation with.
Certainly didn't help me out by helping me gain access to smoke one night. For sure, that didn't happen.
No.
That absolutely wasn't. I don't want to hear about it.
And we're not talking about anything.
So hold on. So Jason Champion.
Okay.
He goes to this convention every single year. He was the one who's telling me he knows the owners of the convention, and he was telling me about how it's so I thought he was a vendor because he was so comfortable and he was talking about the convention. He's like, no, I'm a spectator. Yeah. He just goes, and so it was cool seeing that. But it was so awesome. He got engaged in front of Bruce. It was so funny because there's a video posted, Jason Champion, on Facebook, and he posted the video of when he proposed to his girl. Stephanie, I believe,
man,
and it was right in front of.
If you're trying to propose to a horror girl, like
it was right in front of. It was so funny. It was right in front of Bruce Campbell's booth. Bruce didn't even know what was going on. Mm-hmm. The whole video, you can see. I mean, you know, it's up there now.
He even was like, she said yes, thank God.
He was so like Jason got the stuff in, and he started going. He's like, wait, what's going on? Like Bruce was like, what's going on? Wait a minute.
Was it during the Bruce Q&A? Is that what it was?
No, it was at his booth.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah. Just at his booth.
They were they were getting stuff signed, and Jason took that opportunity to do that, and like awesome. What a memory. And so Bruce was all about it. He was like, wait, what did you say? Please. He's like, oh, thank God she said yes. Yeah. You know, like so.
It's like I've loved all my marriages.
He's like, I loved all my marriages. Yeah, so that was something that happened today.
Yeah, that was a Sunday thing.
Totally happened today.
Yeah, but Well, anyway, so that was really cool. Like I said, everyone seems it's really tight.
So we were all on board for Friday night, and Susie had a request, and she just ignored it and didn't buy the person a shirt until it was way sold out. So, anyway, moving right along.
How fucking dare you? That's my dad. I'm really genuinely upset about this. How would you? What the fuck, man?
Just order one after the fact.
It's not the same.
Oh, they're still selling them.
I know, but that's gonna be like.
All right, so
how fucking dare you?
Who else has stories from Friday night?
I have a story.
Do it. Oh, yep, you're not wrong. Let me go pee while you tell your story.
Okay,
I was gonna say Friday night.
So Friday night, like I said, we met the Bloodbath Beyond guys. To be completely honest,
that was our first night getting down.
I had no idea who they were. I am not like that engaged on social media.
I kind of knew who they were, but it wasn't like Cecil who had
Cecil knew
tons of correspondence.
He was very influenced by them for obvious reasons. They do very well.
Influenced,
well,
but I mean,
they have 80K Yeah,
but in direct like correspondence and accord and stuff like
We
that.
started
And,
about the same time.
yeah.
But anyway,
He's
so,
not influenced by Love That.
Yeah,
But we love
you're
them.
like yeah, he loves them. But anyway, so basically it's like, Susie, they're gonna be here, so don't fuck it up. Okay.
Mhm.
So we're talking and everything, and I straight up told Jay, I was like, you know what? Cecil was all about you. That's all I've been hearing about, ranting and raving, not to fuck it up. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I really didn't have any idea who the fuck you were. He comes up, he's like, oh, and he just gives me like the biggest hug. And I was like, cool.
And
So
perhaps
later
it's
on-
even better, you know?
Yeah, later on that night, we're all hanging out. Jay
We had a lot of hanging out going on.
Jay was obviously intoxicated, and he was trying to get ice out of the ice bucket. I had my phone facing up.
Going for something as
And I
simplistic.
kind of didn't realize what was happening at the moment until after the damage was already done. But this is my phone. See all those dark spots right there?
Here we go.
Yeah.
See all that?
I'm actually going to swap out spots with Cecil. But
That's actually
Susie
Walter.
is committing this to video.
Because my phone was sitting up like this. Jay was trying to get ice out of the ice bucket that had melted. That was water.
The next day,
And
you
he's
were
trying
like,
to
wait,
show
you
me-
said I was just pouring it onto your phone?
Because he was like, look at this! And I don't think he realized that he was not pouring it back into the ice bucket, but instead onto my phone. But I didn't realize offhand. But obviously, I have a lot of cracks in my phone too.
Luckily, she has a sugar daddy that's taking care of it.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Anyway.
All right, so moving right along. So,
so that
Susie,
was fun.
what was your favorite part of Friday? Looking forward to it, or meeting the Bloodbath Beyond guys, or just kind of looking around? What do you think?
I was excited about looking around again because I had so many things like good thing like it's such a huge convention and it was cool, but like I said, it was very comparable to Mad Monster Arizona.
Very much
I
so.
felt,
Especially
So-
considering we saw half the people that are normally at Mad Monster Convention. Tom Savini, Sean Kama.
Yeah,
you know,
so
like all these guys.
So again,
Sean Kama specifically, by the
I'm
way.
not trying to in any way talk down
No, I get
Texas
you. I get you.
Frightmare, but for
Not at all,
the
bitch.
hype-
You'd be fired.
I can say whatever the fuck I want, but for what we have experienced, and I'm saying like, Cecil, we made it.
Yeah.
This convention's okay, but have you been to this one?
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
There's obviously different vendors there that we've never seen. There's one guy, I think
Nightmare Creations.
Nightmare Creations, but also
I think that's him.
yeah, they hand the gloves.
So good.
But there's this plant guy.
Yeah.
I think I was the only one.
Carnivorous plants.
Carnivorous plants. He only does the Texas conventions.
Did he have snapdragons? Because they're carnivorous.
He had all kinds.
See,
He
the,
had-
the plants
he
that he
had-
had were like unassuming.
No,
They're like,
he
they'll
had-
eat you if you don't realize it.
No. I asked him. I said every plant that he had there, every plant that he had was carnivorous plants, and every plant that he had brought to the convention were beginner plants.
Oh.
So
they hadn't turned into Audrey 2 yet.
No. Like
Feed
to
me, Seymour.
take care of.
Feed me all night
Yeah.
long.
The plant that he brought a lot, and I don't
That's
remember.
right, boy.
I took a picture of it, but it was very interesting because they were in beautiful jars and everything, they were awesome. But he only comes to Texas because obviously he can't travel with. He had them in giant jars, like glass jars.
they were full on terrariums.
Yeah.
They were like straight up snake enclosures or turtle enclosures.
And I've been wanting
but they
to-
were just carnivorous plants.
Yeah, and I've been wanting to talk to him all week.
You did. You were like, I
Text.
gotta talk to this guy. Just kidding. Something like
I
that.
really liked the plants. It was interesting. I've never seen that at a convention before.
Before he goes off camera going, no.
No,
Let's cut
they
that
even
shit.
had plants
Let's
that
Let's
had
just
like
cut that shit.
like the bugs touch the leaves and just
Oh,
from
you're not
the
pouring one for me, you sorry sack of
like
shit?
the furry
Susie was
leaves.
legitimately interested in that guy.
I was interested in the plants
Mm-hmm.
because there was one that were in like tiki cups.
Was one plant coming out of his jockstrap?
No, if you saw him, you would know that I was like,
Oh, okay, never mind.
no. Susie had like full
I
on
was-
fascination.
I
Full on
was legit
fascination.
interested.
Guys,
because-
we're all drunk for this podcast, by the way.
so like he had some in like tiki cups that weren't in terrariums. So that's what I was like,
Terrarium.
Terrariums. So I was like, what's the difference? Like, why is this one out? and it's like the bug just touches the leaves,
like,
and it's fuzzy, and it just like
yeah.
poisons them and like all the leaves. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. And then there's other ones that had like the big cups on the inside that has the nectar on the outside, and they're like, oh,
Makes
I
them
want
drown.
more. Yeah, so they
Like, oh, this
they
is so
taste-
good. Oh, I can't breathe. I can't.
Yeah, so they taste it on the outside, and then they're like, oh, I want more.
Fake
so
it,
then they
fake
go
it.
inside
Okay.
the cup on the inside, and then
That's
they
my
drown.
acting. That's my acting of the plant killing things. Thank you.
Yeah, and then they go inside, and they drown, and the plant eats that. Like, I've never seen anything like that at another convention.
I only need a
So-
quarter. I do not need this much.
It was really interesting. I'm gonna be asleep.
Let's continue this.
I'm
So,
gonna be asleep.
is that Friday? Are we done with Friday?
For the most part, I guess. Why not?
Spent way too much on alcohol. We were at the bar. The
We
girl
did.
was not paying attention. She
Oh,
did
so
not
we're back
know.
at
Well, no.
Yeah.
First off, we started drinking in the hotel lobby area, and we had some
Yeah.
drinks with the Bloodbath and Beyond boys.
That's what I'm talking about. The
Okay,
waitress,
yeah.
she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. She'd given us drinks.
Nope.
And then,
That's right.
And
That
then
was our
when
first
we
That's
go
right.
to
She kept
close
fucking up
out,
the kinds of
Yes,
beers she
the
kept
kinds
bringing.
of-
this
Here's
bitch,
the fact
when
that-
we go to close out our tab, she's like, how many drinks do you think you had?
Two.
One.
I had two. Pretty sure it was
She
two.
was not
Because,
very
bitch,
happy.
you obviously
She
were
was
not
very
paying
happy with us
attention.
because of the fact that all of us were drinking different craft beer. Like, someone was drinking a Stella, someone was drinking a
But
craft.
she was
someone
not
was
even bringing the
She
right
wasn't.
drinks.
She wasn't.
No, she wasn't, and that's why
She's
Jane,
like, oh no, that's it. And we're
Jane
like,
and Trev
no,
actually
it's
sent
not.
back a few beverages
Yeah, a couple.
initially, and they were just like, that's not the right beer.
Jane and Trav, who apparently
Oh.
come to these things just to party.
Okay,
at
and
this
just so you
point.
know, and they're Canadian, so they're super nice. So the fact that they go out of their way to send back a drink, that's a problem.
Truth.
Yeah,
Truth.
that
That
actually
is a
said-
fucking
that actually
problem.
says a lot when a Canadian is like,
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna-
No,
They
you're
go,
not
they're
wrong.
like, no, I'm
No, I
not
get
drinking
it.
this.
I get it. So, all right, let's
They're
talk about
so mild-mannered.
let's
and
talk about
go
our
temperate.
Friday. So, we didn't do Friday yet, right? Or
We
was,
just did.
well, I don't know if it
Well,
was Thursday or
Well,
Friday.
no, we
like
were,
they're kind of blending
branching
together a
them-
little bit.
branching them together.
No.
I mean, Friday didn't
He's with
start
me.
until 5.
Boom.
You know, and so.
5 what? We picked up the passes.
No, it's
and
5
that's
to
it.
11 p.m. it was
No,
open.
no. Thursday we picked up passes.
See?
remember?
Yes, that's right. Thursday we picked up the passes.
And then
Friday
Friday
we met with the
Friday.
Blood Bath and Beyond
Yeah.
guys, which I just fucking
Which is
talked
when I
about.
lost my jacket.
That's what we just talked about.
And
So
that is really the extent of what we did, I suppose.
Yeah, we didn't do a whole lot.
You really like where.
we were in the lobby
We
at
were
the
trying,
fucking hotel.
but look,
drinking.
Although
here's
we
the
went to
thing.
that party the first night.
The party was good.
Yeah, the first
So
night.
we'll get back to it, but the venue on Saturday and a lot of Sunday was extraordinarily crowded. Saturday was insane.
Yeah.
Especially the
We were
fact
so lucky
the
we got
fact
to
that
see-
you can say Joe Bob Briggs's line was almost as long as Robert Englund's line. That's insane.
Well, people don't really take.
That's
from-
insane.
Okay, he is from Texas. He's from Dallas. As I actually realized when I sat in on the panel with him.
See, okay, I
and the
gotta
fact
give
that-
that.
Yeah, and there are so many people like they were just championing him, man, in that panel, and they were like, "You got me in the horde," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's not as special as I thought it was. It's not just as much me."
Oh, it's just one.
You know? yeah. Joe Bob.
this.
Joe Bob didn't
is-
raise me. He raised me
Joe
and my
Bob has-
28 illegitimate children.
Joe Bob is seeing such a legitimate, just I don't know, renaissance as a hero for horror.
Dude, he's had a
right
whole
now.
reconnaissance.
Yeah, he has, and
A Joe Bob's assance.
Yeah,
Joe Bob is
and I mean honestly, I will contend, rightfully so. He is funny. He is insightful. He champions schlock.
I mean,
humor.
that's
I know
scripting.
I know it's different with you since you didn't.
You think he ad-libs all that?
He ad-libs a good amount of it.
Oh, you know that for sure?
I don't know that for sure, but he's
Oh,
not.
snap.
He's not like.
He's not teleprompting?
Teleprompting, like
Well,
staring
I
it all
mean,
down.
that's what a good performer would
You know?
do. But fair enough. No, look, I'm not gonna cast shadows.
He is fun, man, and the fact that so many people were all about it.
Terminator 2.
Yeah, he is great. I love him.
Stand on one leg.
Uh,
Holy shit, my own Terminator. Sorry.
you made.
Big Terminator 2 fan.
Yeah,
Okay.
T2. No, he's great, man. And
Douchebag dot. Wait, what was
So
it?
that was Sunday though. That was
Douchebag.
talking
Jock. Oh, no, you jock douchebag. Put your leg down.
about. So Friday night, yeah, and then we went to that party with the Blood Bath and Beyond guys.
What party?
which was okay. That was like it was the Evil
The
Dead
VIP?
party.
Oh, it was the Evil Dead party. Okay. No, Evil Dead was Saturday, wasn't it?
No, that was karaoke.
No, the Evil Dead.
Okay,
party.
We are at Sunday, my friend.
Already? No.
Like-
So the Friday night party was the Evil Dead party. And that's
Yes.
when we took that picture that you guys saw if you watched our horror hall video from
that's right, because
from
how
Texas
funny was
Frightmare.
it? We were in the hotel room of the Bloodbath and Beyond peeps, and we're just sitting there like taking shots and drinking and stuff.
Drinking.
And
then
then
Chad
and
and Brenner.
they just walk in and they're like,
Oh my god.
Oh, you
swear to
guys
God,
are here too.
These guys got fucking boners like and a half when they walked in. Rightfully so. I haven't seen the movies. I haven't.
The
they are
movie's
huge.
so amazing.
Exactly.
I'll take
They're
Your Dead
huge
and the
fans,
Heretics
so
are amazing.
That
I
was
mean,
cool for me to see them hanging out with the movie makers and stuff.
Well,
like that.
here's the weird impetus of that.
The surreal moments where
Impetus.
you and I were just
The
like,
impetus.
Cecil and I were like,
So the reason
This is really
this
happening.
even happened is we were going to Texas Frightmare and we got approved as press. No, I know. I'm telling you guys. Okay, let me explain how this works. I mean, we're 5 years in. I should probably explain to you how it works at this point. So it's always
I know
better
how it works.
if you talk to the camera rather than to each other. Okay? So when I look at the camera and I say something, it's because I'm engaging them on a personal level as opposed to being like,
Right.
"Yeah!"
That's why I said to tell them
I know.
because I already know
So
the story.
I don't remember
That's
what I
why
was talking
said,
about.
pull the
Look
curtain
at
back. We're so happy to have you here with us.
the-
Bring it on.
Black Fawn Productions.
Yes. So we got to hang out with them because we
Film.
decided we were
Distribution,
planning
yeah.
on filming we got reached out to by the PR department from Black Fawn Films.
You're so good.
And she said, hey, would you guys be interested in doing an interview with Chad Archibald, director of I'll Take Your Dead? And I responded, I was like, hell yes.
Yeah.
We just saw I'll Take Your Dead at the Phoenix Film Festival and we loved it.
That's
and
the
Fuego
first
happened to
time,
love the Heretics from last year.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, that's great. Let me connect you guys. And so she connected me with Benner. And Benner showed up. And
So I was wondering what his role was. With
he's the official liaison through
He's so funny.
the director and everything. So
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Because, he's not like a producer, writer, or whatever. And
I don't know
that's
for
right.
sure. It could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Well,
But go ahead.
well, he's not listed, so that's
No, but I'm just saying we
So I
had
was
fun with
curious,
all
I'm
of them.
like, he's
Yes.
like
So we were
full of
having a good night, and
Oh, we had an amazing
that's the thing.
night with him.
We did an interview with them, which is going to be presented on the channel in front of the Texas Frightmare banner. Also, the same place I lost my jacket for the last 6 years. Separate thing,
Yeah.
separate video about that. It makes me
No, we
super
we
sad.
touched on that already.
Fuck's
Okay,
asleep on
well,
his
I didn't touch on
jacket.
how sad it makes me.
Okay.
Because it's literally the last thing that Lewis
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Tetra had.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was an interesting Friday night, but it was an encouraging Friday night because we had a lot of fun hanging out with Trav and Jay.
Yeah, and they wanted to
Surprisingly
hang out with
enough.
us.
Yeah,
Like that one
because
was great.
you know
for me.
Jay and Trav, Bloodbath and Beyond are at like 80K, but we started roughly the same time. And so I mentioned to Jay.
Susie had a lot to do with that.
Well, no, but
Let's
I
be
mentioned
fair.
To do with what?
I don't know. I mentioned to Jay the fact that, Jay, you and I have been in contact for over 5 years. He's like, yeah? I was like, yeah, dude, you told us about our thumbnails in our first year. He's like, that's right, because your thumbnails were all the same. And I was like, yeah, they were, just changing the text. And so we bonded on that. And he's like, that's
That
awesome.
bonded.
Yeah, well, yeah, Jay Bond. But no, he really... Believe it or not, I think he enjoyed the horror show more than I expected him to be perfectly
He's such a goofball.
clear. He is.
funny.
He and Trav are awesome dudes,
Yeah,
though.
they are.
They're really
stand-up
cool guys.
They really are.
For sure.
Super.
I mean, they like to party. That's the most
No,
that you
but
can
what
say
was
as
funny-
far as negative goes. And that's not a negative thing. That's what I'm saying.
What's funny? What's really funny?
No, really, what is really
Oh, boy.
funny?
Lay
The
it out
fact
for us.
that they were
It's just
convinced.
Saturday fun.
Oh,
they
this
were
is true.
convinced
This is
that
absolutely
we
true.
are all fucking each other.
Yep.
They're convinced because there's no way that anyone who isn't fucking each other
Would spend this much time together
and
to
like
put together all our
effort and
episodes.
time into something without doing that. We're
Yeah.
like,
Nope.
no,
No.
what the fuck?
We're just
What do you say?
passionate.
And that, yeah, and so that was like, they're like, really?
Yeah.
Like, they're even more like
Apparently, it's a surprise to find out that we're all not fucking each other.
Yeah, and like everyone was convinced that Cecil and I are an item, and I was like, I don't know, because we fight. We are like an old married couple. Cecil and
She
I.
doesn't blow me anymore at all.
No.
It's the
Lame.
worst.
And we fight all the time. It's like we fight all the time and we don't fuck.
It's a perfect old married couple status.
So,
Like that's so that
One of these days, I'm gonna loosen that jaw of hers. Anyway.
oh my
Come on, I'm playing into the joke.
I thought
Fuego,
it was
stop!
funny.
Don't.
But,
See,
yeah,
she liked it.
so
Fuego was
it's
like,
funny.
holy
so it's funny.
shit.
It's really funny, like hearing
God,
that.
crazy.
I know it's kind of funny hearing that. And we're like, why? And they're like, there's no way that you guys spend all that time together and that much effort.
And you're on not fucking.
And you guys aren't fucking each other. And it's like, whoa,
Nope.
we don't.
We just
And
gather
so
on
it was
Sundays
cool.
to film.
It was cool because like then they were like, wow, like you guys really are dedicated to what we're doing. And we're so we're like, yeah, you know.
Yeah,
like,
because we're not fucking each other. We got some respect.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
So, all right. So the Fuego, your thoughts on the first night overall? Enjoyed?
Friday.
Well, I mean, the first night was, just the precursor for how crazy we got on Saturday.
So go ahead. Go through Saturday.
Saturday was interesting. So Saturday was the day where we were just taking a further surveillance of the land, and we saw this is a sold-out crowd. This is absolutely nutsoid. We heard so many people, who would attend.
No going 10 feet without waiting for 10 minutes.
And I mean, even beyond that, there are people that just random fans I overheard, and they were like, "This is the most people I've seen at this the whole time I've been here. Oh my god!"
Mm-hmm.
They were like whispering that shit to each other, and it was bad news bears. But we still managed to mobilize the crew, the squad, as I would say. And we saw the end of Cry Little Sister and the entire Lost Boys musical bit, which was really dope. I had so much fun with that. And then the evening turned into a karaoke battle.
Karaoke happened.
But before we get to karaoke,
beyond the rap battle.
Before we get to karaoke,
No.
Saturday was fun for me because I got to debut my Sweet Tooth cosplay.
Yes.
So I did a lot of walking around the convention as Sweet Tooth, but I will admit, even though the cosplay was super on point thanks to Mike Seifert, aka Mad Props with two P's, P-R-O-P-P-S,
Mad Pro.
he is an outstanding costume fabricator, and he helped me make my Sweet Tooth cosplay, which went over gangbusters with everyone that recognized it.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
granted, that's mainly people that were around heavily in the 90s because the last Twisted Metal we got was in 2012. And that wasn't even Twisted Metal Black. That was the updated version of Twisted Metal. And it was good, but it wasn't as good as Twisted Metal Black. So I'm busy cosplaying a character that most people haven't seen in 10 to 20 years. But the people that recognized it, it was like I was fucking Freddy. They were like, they came up to me like, Sweet Tooth, yeah. Like, I can't tell you how many people walked by me going, Sweet Tooth, awesome. Didn't take a chance to take a photo, but just had to say, Sweet Tooth.
That recognition,
it was awesome.
it was really awesome. But even people who didn't know who the character was, they still really appreciated
There were people like, oh.
Yeah, they really appreciated
because that mask, which is really it's a mask that I got for $20 in Mexico. And I got that mask, it had no strap. It had no hair. It had no nothing outside of the paint job. And I'm like, this is awesome. I can't believe it's only $20. I picked it up. I put it on Instagram. That was November of 2018. And I was like, this mask is so good. I could legitimately cosplay this character.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to Mike Seifert, who I knew could make outstanding costumes because he's done Spawn. He's done Lex Luthor. He's done Green Lantern, Guy Gardner.
He's done amazing stuff with the Arizona Avengers specifically.
Oh my god, he has a whole Ant-Man costume that's incredible.
Mike, we love you.
Yeah, so he's an amazingly talented costume fabricator, and so I reached out to him, and while it took a little bit longer than I thought, it took 6 months for it to be finished.
I'm in
But
no position to say
I
how
got
long
it
takes.
done in time to debut it at Texas Frightmare, and honestly, I'm even more excited to debut it at Phoenix Comic Con because the response we got at Texas Frightmare, I think, is going to be doubled by Phoenix
Phoenix
Comic-Con.
That's where the
for sure.
people
Because
will
that's
be, man.
so many nerds that played Twisted Metal growing up on PlayStation. They're gonna be like, Sweet Tooth! And I am all about that because the Friday night was so much fun, and Saturday playing as Sweet Tooth, just having people being like, so there was one guy. I don't even know if you filmed him, but we were both there. We were walking through the Nightmare on Elm Street area, and one dude came and was like, Sweet Tooth, oh my god. He was like, shaking.
It's like when
he was
we
like,
first walked
that's
in.
so cool.
Yeah,
he was like that stuff like made my heart go like 3 sizes like the Grinch, dude. Like for real.
And what's crazy is that you didn't even cosplay him the whole day.
No.
It was really hot. But just the short amount of time that you did, like the reception of it was phenomenal. It was great.
It's gonna be a lot longer at Phoenix Comic Con. The problem is the foam latex in the hood doesn't breathe. So I literally had a waterfall of sweat coming down the entire. He did. He did forewarn me, but it doesn't change the fact that we're looking for people to take pictures with, and I've got water coming down amongst this one available eye.
An ice pack in there.
I'm working on things.
It's
not a bad idea. There's actually a cold water cloth that you can get off of like an 800 number.
Oh yeah,
wrap it around your neck, and it could do the same sort of thing.
Sure,
but
anyway.
yeah, so Saturday was awesome. We got to debut Sweet Tooth and Fuego. Who were you that day? Because you cosplayed every day as well, right?
Yeah, I did cosplay every day. You know,
Skinner Sweet, wasn't it Saturday?
I was Skinner Sweet on.
Friday.
Friday.
You told
Friday.
me.
Yeah.
Hobby
And then
Den
I was
Saturday.
Two-Face on Saturday. So, you know, that was basically the way things boiled down. But I was just that immensely impressed to be just in witness of all of the people. Like, my God.
There was a lot of cosplayers.
The attendance was literally ridiculous, and I think it was bigger and more insane than any we'd previously, covered. Or
definitely more condensed.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Kentucky will always be the biggest for me.
Yep.
But in North Carolina, but I think North Carolina was the same. Personally, I feel that the Texas Frightmare and North Carolina was the same.
Okay.
For me.
I'll take Scarefest over Frightmare any day, but they were both relatively busy. But I think Scarefest just has their ducks in a row better.
No, but I'm just saying but I'm saying as far as attendance, like using the massive.
It was absolutely one of the most craziest cons we've ever been a part of.
It was.
Because even the line to get into the Halloween panel was like fucking 5 people, 5 straight lines deep, going straight through the lobby of the event.
So was North Carolina. Remember the Bruce Campbell? Just the pen to see all the people. See, this is what I'm saying. Yeah. Yes, it seemed like a lot because all those people were in the lobby.
Yeah, but I talked to someone when I was waiting for Jeffrey Combs' interview on today. They said they waited for Robert Englund for 6 hours on Friday.
Yeah, but that's
because he was doing a signing, then he went to do his photo ops, then he went to have dinner, then he came back. I waited 45 minutes for my Robert Englund. Let me just say this.
Okay.
I only waited 45 minutes for my Robert Englund autograph at Mad Monster, Arizona. The people here at Texas Frightmare waited 6 hours. So, go to Mad Monster.
Okay. Well,
Just say.
I mean, yeah.
We're making this a very slanted assessment.
Yes and no. I mean, Frightmare was fun, but...
We're going off of personal experience.
Yeah, exactly. Our own personal experience.
Yeah. So
I liked a lot of Frightmare. I liked the fact that I got to take get the Creeper signature. I got the Reanimator signature. So honestly, that was as much as I was willing to spend, but I enjoyed it.
But see, that's the other thing too about Mad Monster is like the celebrities getting full costume.
Oh yeah, well, and Elvira's supposed to have a day in costume this year. I thought it was at Texas Frightmare. Apparently, it's at Mad Monster.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. See, at Texas Frightmare, you have the celebrities.
But that's why I'm going to get Elvira on our shirt.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Mm-hmm. Like, these people, you haven't experienced Mad Monster. That's what I'm saying.
No,
like, you haven't experienced that. Yes, there may be only 13 celebrities.
Well,
but you get these celebrities in full costume, that full experience.
But let's focus on Texas Frightmare. So what did you enjoy the most on the floor of Texas Frightmare this year?
Well, I mean, Saturday.
I love
Saturday. Thank you.
Saturday?
Yeah.
I love
stealing the shawl from the other woman.
Oh, that was Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
All right, story time.
Go ahead.
We're gonna do story time.
Yeah. Tell the story. I'm gonna go pee.
I got Susie's hair right in my face.
Was it that long? Cool. Okay, story time. So, everything in my opinion, in Texas is so expensive. So I've been trying, as going to conventions, I've been trying to actually purchase things from conventions because I never like get anything for myself. You know, obviously, Mad Monster, North Carolina, I got this sick, awesome shirt. So I'm trying to do that. So I was trying to find a shirt or something that I could wear, and I wasn't overly satisfied. Like, when I find something, I want it to be like I need this, instead of like, I could do without it. So I was trying to walk the floor, trying to find something, and then I finally saw it. Actually, it's right here. So, again, like being in Arizona, I'm sure you guys have seen it, I'm always constantly wearing jackets. I'm always constantly wearing something that covers me because I burn within 10 minutes of being out in the sun. Yes, I am very well aware that Arizona is not the best place for me.
Hide the skin, my God.
So I'm constantly doing it.
There's a very ferocious sun out there.
But the downside is obviously wearing those layers, it's really hot. Mm-hmm. So I found this, I came across this, I was all about it. I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. It's a nice little... just put it on a little bit.
Yeah. Did I hear titties?
Titties. So yeah, it's a nice little cover. I love it. It ties in the front, you know, whatever. Like, it's neat. So I go, I find something, I rush to find the boys. I'm like, I want you guys' opinion. So I bring them back.
Good luck with that.
And
fucking obviously, I will know never to make that mistake again. Hey. So, but that's not him. This one's more so. So I'm coming back, and there's only 2 of these in 2 different sizes, and that's it. So this girl is just standing right in front of me with her boyfriend. She's not doing anything. She's just standing there. And so it's just kind of like, I was like, excuse me. And so her boyfriend moved her out of the way.
Good Lord.
And so, yeah. Well so done. I grabbed her. The shawl. I grabbed it. And so then I go to show them. And then I hear her boyfriend. He's like, oh, is that the one that... he's like, oh, she picked up the one that you wanted to get.
Of course.
And then, all of a sudden, she gets my attention. And she goes... Because it's a Kill Star. Obviously, I could get it online. But she said, she's like, she's like, just so you know, next week they're having a 20% off sale. So you could actually get it for cheaper online next week. But I'm holding it. I was like, oh, really? I was like, oh, yeah, that is pretty cool. But then I flipped to myself. I'm like, then, bitch, why don't you get it for 20% off next week? So,
very valid inquiry.
You know, she's like, I'm not telling you that you don't have to get it, but I'm just saying it's going to be cheaper next week. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, well, I could just get this now.
And you did.
And I did.
So Fuego, your
did.
thoughts on Saturday? Anything specific for you?
Oh, Saturday specific, you know where it goes to.
Yep,
it goes to the fun party of craziness at the very end of the
karaoke!
Yeah.
Oh,
that's right. I almost got a fight.
That was our Saturday.
Forgot about that.
Come on now.
That night.
Go ahead. I need to take a little...
That fucking night.
So, and pour me a little happy if that's the case.
So, we are all ready for Saturday night because it's karaoke.
So you can talk about it.
No, you're going to do happy, right?
No, but you can...
No, we'll go back and forth. So, we're all excited. Jay and Trav at Bloodbath Beyond, super excited for the karaoke.
Yeah, we were rolling deep. We were rolling like fucking squad status if you're, familiar with that stuff on lawns and... The horrors and all the craziness.
And so
yes, we were rolling deep.
There was the guy who did the Lost Boys. There was the concert that was right before the karaoke.
That was what I wanted to mention.
People were... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, because...
Yeah, because we missed that, so go ahead.
Well, we only came at the end of it, and we saw the best song.
Cry, little sister, thou shalt not fall. Cry to your mother.
It's on my Instagram. You can check it out.
And it's also 10:30 at night singing us in a hotel room.
It's 12:30 in Texas time.
Is it really?
Texas time.
Oh, shit. That's bad.
So he did a 21 Pilots cover too,
right.
Which I thought was really cool.
It's not happening.
But so there's already people lined up for karaoke, and we're like, fuck. And that was before it even started. So we're like, okay. So we just got in line. We're like, whatever. And then karaoke was running a bit late. And then as soon we're like we're talking to everyone, and as soon as they basically opened karaoke, the line for karaoke was gone. Everybody just was, from the line they went, and they just went to the front. So what do? We just follow everyone.
Of course we did. There was a beforehand line too, which is apparently one thing that people got upset with us about.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
You jumped in a line.
No, that's what I'm saying. There was a huge fucking line. Yes, there was a huge line. But as soon as they like karaoke sign up is open, that line was fucking gone. It was gone. Everybody rushed up. So what the fuck did we do? We just went with. And there was this guy that was like maybe 1 or 2 people ahead of us. Okay?
Maybe.
So I'm in front of Cecil. Jaime and Cecil are behind me. And then all of a sudden I hear something. And I'm saying, I'm hear something. It's a loud fucking room.
It's a dude going, couple of dicks.
I turn around and I see this dude actually trying to start shit with this big motherfucker over here.
And I have this protector. I'm like, Susie, protect me.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, no. I was like, we're not doing this. We're not fucking doing this right now.
Because he was talking shit to Fuego. He was like, you fucking... He's like, yo, Fabio. He kept saying Fabio. He's like...
Say Fabio.
Remember?
No.
Oh, no, he kept saying Fabio.
He kept calling me Fabio.
He was like, yo, Fabio. He's like, there were other people here before you dick. Stop being a cock. And I looked over and I was like, don't fucking talk to him like that.
Okay, I heard that.
Yeah.
That's
you heard me? Okay, good. Because I wasn't foolish. I was like, no, you don't talk to my fucking people like that. You don't talk to my friends like that. You don't talk to my people like that.
Yeah, and I don't give a fuck.
And like, he was like, fucking, you step. He's like, you're such a dick. You're such a cock. I was like, yo,
to give
don't
you
fucking talk to him like that. He's like, he's cutting. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Do you see everyone is doing that right now? That's what I told you. To give you guys perspective, I don't let people talk to my people like that.
Fucking dick.
No, I don't give a shit. I don't.
Well, and the funny thing,
I do not let people talk to my people that way. I do not back down.
There was genuine Dallas police that came in and
legit. We had an officer break us up,
and they were just like, whatever.
No, because he was standing up in the front. And I turned it like, this shit's happening behind me. I'm putting my hand out. I was like, no, we're not doing this. I'm trying to get in between. I was like, we're not doing this
because I'm looking at the stage because it's the 3 of us. We're in front. We're waiting for our turns. And this dude creeps up and he literally does this. Like, stand up. So I'll come up behind you. He literally stands in front and he does this. He puts his leg right here and he starts to do this and like push me back because he felt we had cut him, which, maybe we did. But
and that's what I told that guy too. I told him too. I looked at him. I was like, "Did you not just see what the fuck happened?"
He literally put his leg in front of me and started pushing me back.
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, that's not going to happen." So I started fucking shoving back, and this officer literally right in front of us.
He was
watching us the whole time, and he's like, "Hey, we have a problem here." I'm like, "You have?" I told him like, "Officer, you've seen us standing here waiting for our turn." He came up and literally cut in front of us and started shoving me, and he's like, "That's not okay. You guys can't do that." And he like did this, and so he's like, "I'm warning you guys. I don't want to take you out of here." And so he backed off, and the other dude, we were just standing there. The other dude was like, "You're such a dick. You're such an asshole."
This is over karaoke.
Just saying it over my and like literally just saying it over my shoulder, and I turned. I would be like, he would say like, "You're such an asshole," and I'd be like. What did I say? I said something and I was like, oh no, I said boo-hoo.
Yeah,
I said boo-hoo and I was like, oh boo-hoo. So and he's like, you're such an asshole. I was like, boo-hoo. I said boo-hoo 3 times.
And he was like this close.
He was this close and Susie's like, he's like, no, we're not. Susie turns around, she's like, no, we're not doing this. She gets right in front of me. And so I look at the cop, he looks right at me, I'm like, this dude keeps talking to me.
I know, and I told the cop, I was like, he won't stop.
He keeps talking to me, and so he comes over and he literally takes him out. I was like, yeah, bitch, you don't fuck with us.
I fucking know you did.
For real. And then we managed to get up and sing 3 righteous fucking karaoke songs right in a row.
Right, yeah.
We like rocked. We brought the house down.
Yeah, I was about to say we had dancing mother.
Shout out to Cordelia.
Shout out to Cordelia, photographer extraordinaire.
Yes, because even though I was trying to because there was a fight even happening in front of me, like while you guys were fighting, and I'm trying to tell them, I was like, dude, there's an officer right here. It's karaoke. I was like, it's karaoke. It's not that fucking serious, you guys. And they were going at it. And
but Cordelia came up to me. I don't even know if you saw it. She's She's like, what's going on? I'm like, he's an asshole. She's like, do you want me to get him kicked out? I'll kick him out for you. I was like, no, we got it. But she's like, do you want me to get rid of him? I'm like, no, it's cool.
No,
Cordelia's
she did,
fucking awesome.
But it was awesome. The karaoke people, they saw me trying to like regulate and shit. So she's like, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I was like, nothing. And then Cordelia came up. She's like, these three, they're with me. They're pressed. So Cordelia, like, to make that smoother, like, kind of transition.
That's awesome.
So you guys will see that as part of the vlog. Fuego saying Mother, Susie saying Creep, of course, and I saying Mary Jane's Last Dance. And honestly, I was so happy with how Mary Jane's Last Dance came out because everyone was fucking in it, dude. More so than I've ever seen. And I was working that stage more than I ever have before. I was like, oh mama, oh hell yes.
Yeah, it was really good. It's fun.
I was. But they were in it, dude, and it felt so fun. Like I was like my heart grew 3 sizes like the Grinch.
And see, that's why we like doing it. We like getting everyone hyped and like
that's the
that
thing.
interaction.
They look at us like Jay and Trav. They were like, we like karaoke, but we don't sing. We're terrible. I'm like, and we're like, oh, we have this song, we have this song.
Oh, yeah.
Susie and Fuego sing together. Me and Susie Fuego sing together.
Oh yeah.
Fuego and I sing together. And we're like, just watch. And dude, the Bloodbath and Beyond guys, they were down on the floor, and Jay was filming us doing it.
Oh yeah, he told it. He told me he actually got clips of each of us.
Yeah.
That we can put on the channel, so look out for those.
I'm excited, dude. Yeah, he got clips of all of us, and I saw there were so many. Because here's the thing: the difference in this karaoke compared to Mad Monster. Mad Monster feels. Here's the thing: I love Mad Monster, but the karaoke always feels like an afterthought.
This was so big scale.
Big scale. This they brought on karaoke immediately after the performer doing the Lost Boys songs, including Cry Little Sister, the guy that actually sang it. So then they moved into the 10 to 1 o'clock karaoke beat, and there were so many people lined up ready to go that we were literally only able to enter for 1 song each.
Okay, I just want to say something really quick.
That's what I figured.
The husband and wife, I think her name was Laura, they were doing it. They were so overwhelmed. Obviously, everybody they were rushing.
They even said, "We're starting a new program tonight. Please give us some break."
Cut us some slack. And that's why I was trying to help. I was like, "Guys, calm down." And guys, keep that in mind when you go to events and stuff like that. Like they are just as stressed out. Mm-hmm. So, like one of their
especially if they're a half hour late.
Yeah, like one of their one of their computers stopped working because there was 2 lines and then it went down to 1, and so
which is why we got.
And with that crowd, you can only imagine going to the one crowd.
I felt so bad, and so I was telling her, it's like it's okay, we're all good. She's like, thank you so much. She's like, thank you so much, darling. You're amazing. I was like, I get it, honey. I see that stress on your face.
I get it.
I'm like, it's okay.
Like, do you see that bearded motherfucker over there? I see that times 10 all the time on that douchebag.
Yep.
No arguments here, apparently. Holy shit.
But it was a lot of fun.
So, Fuego, for you, Saturday night, what did you think? You sang Mother. Did you enjoy the Mother performance?
It was... I honestly thought I could have done better in some ways.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't breathe, man.
You guys were screaming motherfuckers.
I could not breathe.
I got you on film, but you all were good. The thing is, you commanded the audience's attention.
Mother is a screaming kind of song, which is the big thing. Mother, are you serious?
People get down, though. People get down.
It can be screaming and melodic. It can be screaming and melodic. Dude, I get it, but Mother can be screaming and melodic. It can be both. It can be both.
Yeah, perhaps.
But in that moment, though, everyone's having a good time. I didn't care.
I'm not saying it's a bad choice.
It's like a Morrison moment for me.
I feel like Mary Jane's Last Dance is good counter programming to your guys' songs. To be quite honest.
Palate cleansers.
Maybe.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I think that might be a better way to put it. So Susie does Creep. You do
dancing.
And then I jump up with Mary Jane's Last Dance. And here's the thing, Mary Jane's Last Dance. This is a staple that I do, and at the karaoke's, and it never gets. It gets a good response, but this one, I swear, this is the best karaoke I've ever done in my life.
It
has to be because it was straight up on stage in front of so many people, and every person watching is in on the song.
Yeah. Which is
so
crazy.
Like Mary Jane's Last Dance, I had so many people going, "Oh my, oh hell yes!"
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I'm actually putting in the movements I never did before.
Now that
it was
I think
too
about
cold
it,
to cry when I woke up alone.
for the fights that was happening in line, and for they take it serious. Karaoke
Dude, it
in
was
Dallas.
awesome.
They take it serious in fucking
That
Dallas.
karaoke
man.
night might have been my
It was
favorite
awesome.
karaoke night of all time.
Shout out
Yeah,
to-
that's what I was saying. I'm like, it was legit, man.
Shout
was
out to
so
the girl
good.
who did
Legit
Sia
fast.
Chandelier. She was like two people. Like, all I'm saying.
I don't know
okay,
how she pulled it off. It was
dude,
rough.
I'm just saying she.
I hate that song too.
I do too.
I love that
There
song.
were some bad
She-
singers that we had to suffer.
Yes,
from.
but this girl, she was in it, man. I don't give a fuck, man. And you're doing
No,
stuff that
she
you
did
love.
an okay job. But
She
there were
was-
other people that were rough.
Yes, but she was in it. She put everything into
Here's
it.
the thing. You guys were right next after her, so I had to move under the speaker so I couldn't hear what she actually sounded like more than.
Oh no, I couldn't even hear myself. Like but
I
no,
couldn't
she,
either.
But
Honestly,
she was
I kind of
into
liked,
it, man. She
but
was
I
like,
kind of liked that mic setup where I could only hear it if I really screamed into it, because then it permeated. I was like, oh, okay, now we're on the
No,
same
I
page.
don't like
Up
that.
to you.
All right, so let's continue on.
Anyway.
That was Saturday's karaoke.
Yes.
So then Sunday we went
Today.
and we.
Saturday was honestly our craziest day. We had the most fun. We jammed with everybody.
It was cool.
But Sunday we got to.
Today.
Sunday was kind of subdued, man.
We were trying to
We were
catch up on
recovering.
everything.
We
We
were
tried to do
recovering,
our
yeah.
interviews.
And usually every convention, Sundays slow down. No,
Yep.
we had to fight to find a fucking parking spot on a
Mhm.
Sunday.
Yeah,
That
actually,
blew my
even,
fucking mind.
good point, Susie. Even more so than fucking Saturday or Friday or whatever.
Yeah.
We always
Yeah.
had somebody to go.
We had to park at
And-
the top of the parking garage.
Not that you walked up there.
Fuck no, I didn't. Fuck no, I didn't. You bring that car
And
around to me. I don't
No,
give a fuck.
it was an interesting deal. We and here's the thing. When I went back to put the stuff in the car, came all the way back down. I was like, fuck, I didn't grab the fucking
We saw
parking
you.
slip.
We saw you.
You saw me turn around.
Yeah, we
I was
did. We did.
pissed.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Susie
saw
You saw me like you saw me realize
Susie
like
and I were like,
No,
why is he
no.
Did you
doing
really?
that?
Because you're standing there, and I was like, oh shit. Because I saw you.
I was like,
Ugh.
he's still
I was
mad.
like,
I was like,
he
he's
forgot
mad
something.
at
I
me
was like,
that I went to the Joe Bob.
no,
I was mad
like,
about
no.
that.
No, but
But
I
it
was
was the
like,
fact that I forgot
I
the
saw
fucking
it.
slip in the
I
car.
saw it. He's like-
6 floors up.
he's walking,
God
and then
damn
he's
it.
like that. And I was like, shh, he forgot something. I was like, Jaime, don't say anything, just let him go. It's like, we'll just leave him
That's
alone.
a good
She
move.
like
That was
wisely,
that was a
she
smart move.
wisely instructed me.
I was like,
She's like,
That
Don't
was a
say
smart
anything.
move.
I was like, let him go.
That was very
I was like, don't
smart.
fucking say anything. Just
I
let
didn't
him
see
go.
you at all.
No,
If
we
I
were
seen you,
inside.
I
I
would have
saw
been.
you.
I forgot my thing. Go back up.
Oh, honey, I already
For
know.
sure.
I told. Is that not what I said? He's
It's
like,
like,
God
"Damn
damn it!
that?"
That is insane.
I would have been pissed. I was pissed, dude. I
I
did
don't
so
blame you.
much
We were on
walking.
the sixth floor.
I was like, I got all the way up. I got all the way back down. And I'm like, Valdes, fuck!
Crazy.
Fuck! I didn't
that-
grab the thing.
there's really-
Luckily, though, if you saw, I only went up 1 floor. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to see if they have a separate slip. And so I went right back down. And she's like, okay, just deliver it. So I was like, okay, I just grabbed it. I didn't have to walk all the way back up 6 floors.
No, when I saw you, I was like,
I
I'm
was
gonna go
pissed.
sit down over here and act like I didn't see it.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Nice. Thanks.
not stupid. I know how you get when you're fucking mad. And I'm like, oh, what happened?
I gotta be a showrunner.
Oh no! What
I'm allowed
happened?
to
What
be.
happened?
I'm allowed to be a dick.
What happened
I'm
now?
trying to be a
Oh,
showrunner.
that's
Yo, what
it.
happened?
All right. So what am I missing? Any? Oh, are we laying into Sunday or what?
I mean, jumping
Sunday
on
was crazy busy.
Well, it was crazy busy, and so that's why we didn't do as many interviews as we were initially hoping.
Truth, we only got to interview 2 different booths, but
the
in my
biggest
estimation, they
interview
were
was
the 2 best booths at
Yeah.
the whole convention.
Yeah, 2 best booths,
I
and
still
then
want
the
to
chat
interview that
interview for the day
curiosity
before.
one. That was cool, but
But she was so busy the
She was-
entire time.
yeah. So there was a oddities booth where they had human skulls and animal taxidermy stuff, and it was beautifully done.
What did she
In
And
snow
rightfully
globes, just
Where
like
did
our
she obtain
octopus.
these human
Huh?
skulls? Is what I want.
In snow globes, just like our octopus. There were
Yeah,
some.
just like
Like little-
Kenny
little
Mountain-
baby ones.
Kenny Mountain
Kenny's
Curios.
Mountain Curiosities.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was like that, but they had a lot. She had jewelry and stuff like that.
Yeah, no,
And rightfully
way more
so.
expeditious.
The entire convention, she had people. She had stuff
It was
all
nuts.
the way around.
There was at least 5
wasn't
people in
just the
front of her
front.
booth at every
Oh
moment.
yeah.
No, and
I
it
felt
wasn't
the
just
same
in the
way.
front. So she had people lined up all the way
Mhm,
around, and
mhm,
unfortunately, we couldn't do it.
Couldn't
do it.
interview her.
Um,
But, shout out to the talent. There was some really cool talent. There was a young girl that ultimately didn't feel comfortable with doing an interview, but she did these amazing fantasy book boxes
Uh-huh.
where it looks like an actual book, and the one that was front and center was the Hocus Pocus book, and I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's right, because Winifred taps on it, she's like, wake up,
dude,
wake up, little book, and the eye opens. And so it had the eye, and fucking Matt was there today as Winifred.
Yes, was that funny? I saw him out of the corner of my eye.
I was so glad we got to see. I'm so glad we got to see him again. Straight up, Matt Latz, I'm a big fan, dude. We really love you, Matt.
Love you
and it was so
Matt,
cool to see you,
buddy.
not once but twice. See you as June Cleavage, and to see you as Winifred Sampson.
Yeah,
Samson? Winifred Sampson. Samsonite. No, Matt Latz is awesome.
And we will tag
dude,
you,
he was a
very
great
talented.
Winifred, though.
Oh,
great. Did you take a picture of him?
I did.
Oh, you did. Good.
I did.
Good.
I mean, for the first.
Oh, that's fine. Put it on the social, though.
Love you, Matt.
No, Matt Latz is awesome, and so it was a really fun thing. But the nice thing was, I didn't think that honestly we'd be able to carve out time to talk to the Freddy Glove and the Reanimator guys and the Lament Configuration guys, because we enjoyed them for different reasons. And Fuego, you explained it. Let's talk to the audience. So, one, we spoke with a guy that that did Phantasm balls, Freddy gloves, and Reanimator syringes.
All in one. That was
so
all in one.
They were like
all
right
in one.
next to each other, and we had so much like corresponding like fandom almost between the two of them, you know, based on what they did.
So we did an interview with them, and then we did an interview with their neighbor, who is a man that had developed actual Hellraiser puzzle boxes based on a single comic book series that Clive Barker did in the early 90s,
and he
referencing different Le Marchand configurations. And so they have spinning puzzle boxes like you've never seen before, with
like
some designs on the side. There's like, this is the Lament configuration. This is the, you know, the
and they each
fucking
have in-depth stories.
The tired configuration. Like,
well,
I don't even know what the names were, but yeah, every single one has its own backstory. It was so fucking cool. I gotta tag Queenie Todd in this episode because she would love it.
Wait, and what's funny, what else?
Huge Hellraiser person.
That Jaime,
that
Jaime realized that Midnight, the two next to each other, they're both from New York.
Oh, naturally.
Like
both
coincidental, they were both from New York. So, but they were both had something that we've never seen before at any other convention, and it was quality. But these boxes,
more than
I
quality.
cannot stress to you.
I want one of those music boxes.
Well,
so he literally turned a Lament
box,
configuration into a muzzle box, music box. Where you turn, thank you, muzzle box.
I knew what you meant.
I got it. Where you turn the dial that they turn with their finger in the Hellraiser movies, you turn that and it turns on a music box.
Honestly,
$150, but honestly, that is the coolest fucking music box you could ever ask for.
It looked like something you'd get out of fucking Disneyland. Like one
if
of those
if
shops,
I walked
you know
in there with $500 to spend, I would absolutely spend $200 on that.
Was that quality?
I would buy the Freddy, the
phenomenal.
Power Glove, and I would buy a Le Marchand box from those
the two
two
of
units.
them.
And it would be the best $600 I ever spent.
So hopefully, like, we were trying to talk to them about coming out.
Hopefully we can get them into Mad Monster.
Hopefully they come to Mad
Hopefully we can
Monster
get them to Mad Monster, because those dudes, they will clean the fuck up.
They would
absolutely
slay away.
So good.
Slay away.
Each
so
one.
let's hurry through this. Let's talk about, because we're at 118 already for this. So let's talk about Sunday.
Well, we took piss, so that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So, what do you got? What other memories do you want to talk about for Texas Frightmare?
Well,
because we will do a bit of an
Sunday
update with Jay, hopefully.
We will never drive ever again.
That is true. That is true. This is me
trying
I was trying to save money on flights, and ultimately it's going to be, I'm going to maybe save myself $20 on gas as opposed to doing planes, except that it's going to cost everyone about 10 extra hours than it otherwise would have.
Yeah, money or time. It's convenient.
I thought I was making the right choice, but look, live and learn.
Exactly.
Live
Like,
and learn.
we know now.
Listen,
it's just
let me
not...
officially say this on camera. I apologize
for
the decision making.
I found some Southwest flights where, you know, we could have gone round trip for like
120, but it still would have cost me an extra $240. I'm still not going to reach that gas wise. I'm going to spend about $200 in gas. So I'm going to save myself $40, but I would rather spend the $40 than not be on the fucking road for that 30 hours.
True.
But it's a lesson learned.
So that's
it's a lesson learned.
another thing. Like, going into the convention, driving, the exhaustion that you kind of get from it.
Well, and hey, we're going to be able to listen to the entire Scarlet Gospels on the way back, so we're going to be able to get a book review out of it. So it'll be nice, but look, all right, I'm trying to make myself feel better. I feel bad for wasting some time, but ultimately, was it not a worthwhile?
Yeah,
like,
we saw some pretty
the
cool
possible
shit.
time waste versus the actual accrued good time has got to be a good ratio for you.
But I'll never do it again.
The driving.
It's a good experience, but I'll never do it.
You go to Texas Frightmare as long as we don't drive.
Yeah.
Or would you not go to Texas Frightmare again?
Well,
I mean,
depends.
This is the thing about Cecil. He's the showrunner. He tells me what to do. He's like, bitch, you be here at this time on this day, and I pretty much like.
Bitch.
I say babe. You know, it's okay. He doesn't know. So I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a term of endearment.
Just kidding. Just lost half
so if I don't know why, but I'm here. I'm in it for. He's my best friend. He's a showrunner. He does everything, and if I have to do
not
it again,
everything, but a lot of it.
If I have to do it again, I would be like, fuck, okay.
We got 5 years of this ahead of us. Oh, shit.
At the end of the day, I will be there. I will be probably bitching and moaning the entire fucking way, but I'll do it.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Producer Spielberg. Susie doesn't like going upstairs in the rain.
That's the only thing. Stairs are not my fucking thing, man.
She actually does not like going upstairs.
So for you guys, go ahead and talk about, because I talked about my experiences. Here's the thing, just real quick. I got to get in a signature from Jeffrey Combs, the Reanimator, and I got to get a signature from Jonathan Breck, the Creeper, from Jeepers Creepers 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
Outside of that, it was pretty much up to you guys. So what did you get to see that you were really excited about while at Texas Frightmare this weekend?
I got to see my man, Robert Englund.
And Elvira.
And
here's the thing.
Peterson.
It was so funny because as soon
Elvira.
as she saw him, she's like, oh my God! It led to one of my funniest moments where I was like, shut the fuck up and act like you've been there. And did you see the dude right in front? He was laughing. He kept looking at me. He was smiling. He's like, yeah, fucking tell that bitch. Act like she's been there.
I didn't even care.
It was so funny.
You guys
he
know.
laughed so hard and I was like, act like you fucking been there.
I was like, it's my man. She's like, shut the fuck up. I was like, I don't care. I was like, this is my fucking man.
Act like you've been there. And
I
the dude's
don't
like,
care. I was like, no, the guy, he was
really
like,
funny.
it was funny. He was
It was
cracking
really
up.
funny.
But I didn't care. He's like, he's one of the few. I've done tons of celebrity interviews, but like Robert Englund, Cassandra Peterson, like Tim Curry, even being in their presence, they've made
even
such
though
a huge.
they held Tim Curry behind a veil of darkness.
And I don't care. Like,
really
and that's what
it is, because that's what was one of my signatures I really wanted, but
that's why I was like, even if I could
fucking
just see him, if I could just see him, be in his same presence, you know, like that would have been enough.
You don't have
for
a
me.
baby for him to eat, though.
Yeah.
I have some at home.
I have toddlers he can eat.
I mean,
babies
I got a big old
necessarily.
chunky one named Lily.
All right, so what else on Sunday do you guys want to talk about? What else do we not want to forget about?
I think I pretty much. I mean, I covered.
Now, Fuego, you got to see Joe Bob. Talk a bit about that.
I get to see Joe Bob, man, and Joe Bob is actually somebody who
By the way,
is one of my biggest heroes.
I was ripping into Fuego like, where the fuck are you seeing Joe Bob? Meanwhile, he's seeing one of his icons, which I'm excited that he got to do so. I just wish the communication was a little bit better. But
yeah, we have the worst reception
we know how to
possible.
deal with Cecil in that situation.
well, what? Ignore him until it's all done?
We go. Yes,
well, we
sir.
had the worst reception
Yes,
possible.
sir.
And
Yes, I did bad.
Yeah, and I jumped in there.
I'm
And
gonna
it was funny.
Game.
Fuck you.
It was funny though because of the fact
That's it.
that
I'm firing you every now
Joe
and
Bob.
then. Time on so it actually makes a difference. Go ahead.
Joe Bob is somebody that introduced me to genre horror. Okay,
That's the interesting thing, because I was up all night with the dude that was in Critters: A New Binge, the old man.
I'm trying to think.
The old man that was. You want to date my daughter? You know that fucking Gilbert Gottfried.
Okay.
So
Oh.
yeah.
Really for horror though?
For horror, yeah. Hate it, but he got
hate it.
filed into it. So anyway, go ahead.
Interesting.
Talk your talk.
Yeah. But I had no older siblings. I had no friends that were really like trying to toss horror my way. And TNT, Monster Vision, was what introduced me. I had no fucking clue about Phantasm. Phantasm 2 was screened on one of the Monster Vision episodes.
Really?
And that just... I hadn't seen the first one, obviously, but Phantasm 2, it's action-centric, it's violent, it's nasty, it's really the Aliens or the Terminator 2 of the franchise, and it's still my eternal favorite. I like 3 and 4.
I like 3 more when we went through it.
1 is okay, you know.
1 is boring, but okay.
It's a very slow.
But you gotta think,
it's a very
this
slow
is his
burn.
first experience.
No, fair.
Yeah.
We had fucking Jawa, Ewok, like whatever the hell, you know, like yeah, exactly. Like they were the smushed down versions of people who were torn away, and that movie is just so weird, you know, like absolutely flippin' weird. And James LeGros, it's funny. I was talking with Mark about it at, you know, he was the guy who did Nightmare Creations.
Okay.
And after we were off the, you know, like clock and stuff like that, and we were off the camera, I was like, dude, my favorite of the Phantasms is 2. And he's like, yeah, James LeGros is actually a much better actor than Michael A. Baldwin.
I know, I thought Michael Baldwin back for the other
Michael
ones.
A. Baldwin is
Shots fired!
Michael A. Baldwin, as a kid, he was really good. But when they brought him back, man, for
It's
3
rough.
and 4 and 5, he's just really, he didn't seem that invested. So, I don't know. Joe Bob was big for the sheer fact that I sat and I watched him talk for only about 30 minutes, you know, because...
See, here's the thing. I want to watch... He apparently did Wolf Cop in the new Last Drive-In.
He did Wolf Cop. He did Deathgasm. He did...
That's 2 big movies. I know, geez.
Major.
We covered both.
I love Joe Bob so much, man.
But you were disappointed, though.
I love the guy. I wouldn't go that far.
Fair enough.
You said you were disappointed, though, about the panel because it was so short.
Well, shortness.
30
obviously.
minutes.
Yeah, that's the one thing.
That's pretty good.
And he, you know, he is doing a current, like, tour of sorts.
Yeah, resurgence tour.
Yeah, exactly, where he's like, how rednecks saved Hollywood.
God.
And I asked a couple different people in the convention. I wanted to do, like, a little SUsie pronunciation.
Convention?
Nice
I
save.
didn't say convention.
Nice save.
I'm not French.
I was trying. That's
Convention.
it.
Talking about Susie Convention.
Anytime Fuego was drunk and he's like trying to like save his pronunciation.
I am in tears right now.
Go ahead.
That shit. The convention. Like I can't even replicate what the fuck.
You can't open your mouth on the left side if you want to get it right, Susie. Come on.
It was actually
You
really...
can't open your mouth on the left side to get it right.
Hey, I was really funny. Sorry.
Here, look, watch me. Convention. Can't open it. It's
Florida.
gotta stay.
Is that the Wolf Creek?
Florida man.
Is that the Wolf Creek motherfucker?
I'm done. I'm out. You guys take it. I can't. Oh my God.
Go ahead, Fuego.
So I give massive credit to my co-host, Susie Fuego. She is amazing and awesome. And
She deflates like a fucking balloon.
she is very amusing within the presence of the scarific, and yes. Anyway, man, I have to say,
Joe Bob.
Joe Bob.
Did you finish your Joe Bob thoughts? She was trying to help.
I didn't.
Feels like she derailed you when she was trying to help.
No. Joe Bob though, he is doing this current like little like tour convention-y sort of thing, like off con. It's like, okay, you're off Broadway, you're off con, and he is doing something called How Redneck Saved Hollywood. And
What is that about?
Well, that's what I asked a couple different like fellow people about, and they were like, "Oh, dude, it's so funny. It's not him showing a full feature. It's him showing clips of stuff and then chiming in, and it's like a full-on stand-up routine with him saying, check this out. Oh, I'm gonna talk. Check it out. I'm gonna talk."
All right, we lost him.
No, but seriously, dude. I mean,
No. It sounds fun. So was that what it was,
awesome.
or was it just a regular Q&A?
No. His Q&A here was like legit, just very
For 30 minutes, though.
very straightforward. Well, he was about maybe 40, I would say. But did you notice that there was that time discrepancy where when I walked up to his panel, it said it was 12:12, and I was like, "What's going on?" And I looked at my phone.
Was it supposed to start at 12?
Well, so this is at 12, and then the time on the actual room when I walked up, it said 12:12, and I was like, "That's not right." And I looked, it was like 12:03, and I walked in, sat down. 30-something man panel, and it was like, oh, they probably don't have their times, and just
Either that, I mean, or they were just surprised by what a reception Joe Bob got, because quite frankly,
he is from Dallas. Dude.
Saturday night,
he mentioned that at the panel.
Saturday, the whole day, his line was almost twice as long as everyone else's. Like, the only one that beat him was fucking Robert Englund.
He's the fucking
It's
man.
Like, what's
dude.
up with that?
Yeah,
is he that much of the man, though?
Yes, he is. Well, I mean, maybe more so in that area of the country.
I imagine.
Because he's from Dallas, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull my freaking thing off. Anyway. So, what else? I think we had a good...
Meatloaf.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Although this is all
So
hearsay.
Meatloaf.
This is all hearsay.
Hearsay, Sue.
We will mention that this is not... Shut up.
Because it
This
was
is
confirmed.
It's not confirmed. We can't...
On the website, yes it is.
We don't know exactly what happened, but go ahead.
No, we don't know exactly what happened.
Go ahead. What happened
So-
according to the website?
Susie.
Saturday.
According to the website.
Oh, according to the website, so
Yes.
not Cordelia. Okay.
Uh.
So, Saturday.
Cordelia, you want me to help you out from under that bus? Come here.
Oh my god,
Thank
it
you.
was. No.
Thank you. We got it, Cordelia. Go ahead.
I love you, Cordelia.
Mm.
Anyway, so Saturday, while Meatloaf was doing a panel.
It's not 2, is it?
That's one.
Oh, while he was doing a panel, something happened. We do not know exactly what happened, but he fell off the stage and he broke his collarbone and he was not able to return to the convention. But he will be coming back next year. He has confirmed that it is confirmed. It is on the Texas Frightmare website. So if you guys had a photo up and everything, it will be refunded.
He
on the
was
website.
sharing the same wall as
Jenna
none other
Jameson.
than Jenna Jameson, porn royalty.
Maybe that's what it was.
Who, by the way,
Who we
Buddy
walked by-
James
who we walked
was
by
the
and
only
saw.
one that he wasn't willing to take a picture of, because Cloud.
His wife in the cloud.
Because Cloud.
And yeah, wasn't that funny that we saw that photo that, like, our buddy Jay, he waited in line. He waited in line for the porn
yeah.
star. It was like, I would never wait in line for a porn star, like, ever, like, that's it.
Nah.
Anyway, yeah, so
Anyway.
Meatloaf, we are, I just learned this, that Scott Ian, who was also there, is the son-in-law of Meatloaf.
The funny thing about this is the fact that on our way out, we were listening to some Tenacious D, and there was a song that Meatloaf was like, blah, 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 blah. Like he played the angry father in the Tenacious D Pick Your Destiny movie.
Yeah, it's from the second album. Yeah.
So again, we do not know exactly what happened. He fell off the stage. We don't know how. We don't know why. But he did break his collarbone, unfortunately. So he was not able to finish out the convention. But that was on Saturday.
Yes.
When it happened.
Saturday evening, no less. So going into the busy time.
Yeah. So, but he has confirmed that he will be there for next year.
We shall
Supposedly.
So.
Lots can change in a year, but we'll find out.
This is very true.
It was all the
And he could have been on lots of painkillers in the hospital.
So
'cause
was
he
there
taken to the hospital.
now we did cover in the haul video, you got to pick up one thing on the last day. Was there anything else you want to cover before we reach to Fuego's Sunday and stuff?
I think
'Cause
I've
wanna keep
talked
this going
enough.
forever. Okay. Fuego, your Sunday. What else do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, Sunday was cool for the sheer fact that was the first time we got some interviews going down, and Friday and Saturday
With
were
the people that we seemed to collectively respect the
They
most.
have the best.
Out of the
it's
booth.
what we both
Well,
thought
they
were
had
like the most
unique
valid to cover what was
quality.
going on.
Mm-hmm.
And
That giant Freddy Claw made me want to cream my jeans.
I already did.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was about to say I took
It's
a photo of that.
It's gonna be a sharp entrance, but okay.
I took a photo of that on Friday, and I'm wanting to, since I
Sorry.
talked, well, since I talked massively about like nightmare creation.
Yeah.
It was. I just want to really make mention of
The Lamar Shawn stuff is
Gallery,
amazing.
man.
Pyramid
Just the sheer
Gallery is
fact that
dope.
This is a guy that not only is doing such just meticulously produced.
Meticulous is the fucking word.
It's a good
oh
word.
my
I
god.
like that word.
Yeah.
For what this guy does.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, absolutely insane as far as that, but he has divulged and just developed a massive, just, I don't know, mythology,
yeah.
theory, just kind of like a story.
Background story.
He's created this whole
exactly.
new world for these music boxes.
It's a whole origin story for a lot of the things.
Origin story.
Yeah,
So the
it's very
idea
cool.
is
And you would know more about this
Yes.
than me, I would imagine.
So the idea is that in Hellraiser 4 we learn Hellraiser Bloodline we learned that the element configuration, the puzzle box, is actually created by a man named a French inventor by the name of Le Marchand.
Yeah.
And
they
so it's
explored it in
called Le
comic
Marchand's box.
Yeah.
And it's explained in the comics, but Clive Barker, once upon a time in the 80s, wrote one of those comics where it explained the fact that there are a bunch of different configurations.
Yeah.
So one is called this,
Yeah.
and it's like focusing on sorrow. One is called this, and it's focusing on this. And the designs are different. And he has these
so
awesome
much more about this
spinning glass, like freaking
The display
displays.
cases. So you could
My
buy
God.
with.
For $70 for a spinner and a glass
Well, you
case.
could get one that sits alone. That's $35. But if you
Basically, it
want
would have cost you
extra.
$200
It
if
was
you
like
want
a
a
box
real.
and then
If you want a
separate
box,
casing,
that's not only just a box, but it's actually a music box. That's the nice thing. He made every one of his Le Marchand boxes as music boxes, so you could turn that thing in Hellraiser movies where you see their thumb do the circle. It's that, except he turns it and it actually plays music. It's so
impressive.
I wish I had
Honest
an extra
to God,
$120.
it's hard to even believe. I want a time-lapse video of him making one of these boxes.
I want $650 so I can buy one of those and the Freddie Power glove.
He had one.
Neighbor.
There was one box that was like this big.
Yeah.
There was a huge Le Marchand box. Yeah.
It was massive. Like that's the quality. Like you can't believe that one man made this.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a machine.
It's so
and
good.
it's so beautifully done.
It's
Even if you're not even a
insanely
horror
beyond
person,
impressive.
like it is beautiful, fucking beautiful.
So your thoughts, Fuego?
Well, I was the one who talked to him. I was the one who's fleshing out the
That's
ideas.
why I
for
want
him.
your thoughts.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I just couldn't believe the fact that he was ready and willing to just run with a concept.
Absolutely.
It shows that he was passionate, man, and it shows that he was very much ready to, just work within the confines of the Hellraiser universe and yet make it all his own. And then he was even mentioning when I was getting done with the interview, he was like, yeah, Clive had this particular project that I wanted him to do for me, and like commission this, blah blah blah. It was very similar to the dude on the other side from Nightmare Creations, where he was like, oh yeah, I had some of these prolific peeps commission pieces from me, and that just shows how much you've arrived. If you have those
Commission pieces are dope.
But that's what's crazy because the guy from the with the boxes, he's saying that Doug Bradley was trying to commission him to do something, but he had so many orders for Texas Frightmare.
Right.
That's how you know, like, dude, he's very
down
honest.
One of the peeps who was
like for
behind
Doug
the
Bradley,
film,
he's like, because he's dedicated to his work.
Yep.
It is not just for show. Because he even said like on his social media, he's not very up on it. He's all about creating this quality.
It was a great little interview we got to do.
Yes, it is amazing. So
I need to get back to asking those people, because if I hadn't asked any of them, we wouldn't have any celebrity interviews on our channel right now. So I got to get back to asking them. I also have to get back to pissing. Is there anything else you guys would like to talk about on this Texas Frightmare Weekend podcast
you look
wrap
like
up?
you're about to piss standing
My
up,
back teeth are
passing
floating.
out, everything.
Back teeth are floating.
No, I have to really mention in the fact that
It's this high up, Susie. My back teeth are floating.
I've never heard that
No?
before.
Just say my back teeth are floating.
I have to mention
Yikes.
Yeah.
I have to mention the
Delicious.
sheer fact that
Smell it. Sorry, go ahead, Fuego.
sorry, I had to mention in the
But
fact
he
that
apologized to you.
Yeah, that's okay. It was a weird convention in the fact that it really boiled down to networking with other contemporaries, and
Which was awesome.
yes, absolutely awesome. And then just like taking a surveillance of the lay of the land and realizing how big this convention is, how varied it is, the attendance level that we encounter here, and just trying to find, as much as we've done this stuff before, a unique booth. Somebody who is doing something completely different than what we have covered before, experienced before, and given proper attention. And we found a few.
Yep.
And I was vastly honored to talk to a couple of filmmakers from Canada. With Chad Archibald and stuff, and his entire Black Fawn Films crew. But aside from that, it was weird, man.
Yes.
Texas Frightmare.
It'll happen.
Good, but
Mixed bag.
Good, but surreal.
Yeah,
I should
for
say.
real. I think
Yeah.
the best way to describe it is it's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
There's some things that are awesome. There's some things that need work.
Yes.
I mean, does that sound fair to you?
Absolutely.
Well, this is pivotal, beloved, and honored. So
here we go. Let's do the final thoughts, guys. Let's go ahead and wrap up this podcast. Longer than normal podcast.
Sorry.
Yes.
Why don't you guys... I'll say this. I had a great time with Texas Frightmare, but I'm a mad monster. So... If I'm gonna focus
I'm
on,
a mad monster.
If I'm gonna focus on two
we're gonna get so much
cons for the year. No, look, Texas Frightmare did good, but I think if I'm gonna focus my energy and time on a convention or two per year, I think Mad Monsters.
And that's not to say that it wasn't a good convention.
No, it's not to say that at all. It's just
it's
it was a lot of people, and they're deeply committed to their venue.
Yes.
They've already signed up for them for the next year, and I think it's just too small for their event.
Yes.
So I think it's going to balance out maybe in the next few years. I think honestly the venue's too small for Mad Monster as well, but not as small as Texas Frightmare feels. You know what I mean? Texas Frightmare literally felt like you were on the inside of some kind of collective cell and deciding whether or not you wanted to come out. Mad Monster. There's that. It's just a smaller overall surface area, but everyone still ends up completely satisfied.
But you don't have people in the lobby like waiting to get into panels. Like the panels are in their own
and
different
sweating
rooms.
their asses
like
off and stuff like that. Yeah, Mad Monster just is run better. While this might have had more attendees, Mad Monster is run better.
Agreed.
Any other final thoughts from you guys?
I'm just gonna have to piggyback off of what you said, and I've said this before. It's not saying that it's a bad convention, but I don't think these people have been to Mad Monster. But again, there's going to be these diehard fans that have been here 10, 15 years.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that. And it's just, that we've traveled all over the country. We've been to tons of different conventions. And that's just what we like. And for our, what we do. Mm-hmm. So, not saying anything's wrong with it, but Mad Monster for sure. Kentucky Scarefest all around is fucking massive. But
we gotta
Mad
try and
Monster,
get back there pretty soon.
Mad Monster, for sure, that is our home. For me, anyway.
Fair enough.
So.
Fuego.
Accurate assessment. This was fun, but I am a Mad Monster as well, and I will just gladly cover anything fantastic. But when the fun comes into play, is always with Evan and the crew. So
absolutely.
Shout out for everything that they do.
So thank you guys very much for watching our wrap-up of the 2019 Texas Frightmare as a part of our podcast.
Oh, damn.
We greatly appreciate it. We do plan on trying to talk... Yeah, it's 142, holy shit. We do plan to do a sort of follow-up with Jay from Blood Bath & Beyond, and Trav if he's available, but that might not be for a little bit, just considering how much we're all busy doing so. Thank you guys very much for watching. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Cecil.
And remember, stay scared.
I'm fucking exhausted.
Me too.
Let it out, girl.